Hey everyone, we've got a pretty cool product out right now from a new company called CyberGlow. Check this out. This is the Juniper beam. Juniper beam because, you know, it's on a Juniper. They also make a Cyber beam. Front light bar replacement. Got local guy in the Chicagoland area is putting these together. Super cool product, can basically do anything. All right, we go through a bunch of different light shows that you can program on the app that they provide. One of the things on the app that they provide is that it ties directly to the car, so you're not controlling everybody else's car with your light show with your app. A lot of the other products do that. My friend came over the other day and he was playing around with his lights and mine were turning on and off. Anyway, they eliminated that with their app. I go through a number of different things that the one from Hansshow doesn't have. Right now, we're seeing that this can do everything the Hansshow app can do and more. And also based on what I've seen, it looks like a higher quality product. The just the wiring they provide, the actual control module, everything just seems a little bit more beefy, a little bit more high quality. Again, US made, US based. As usual, discount code TeslaMark will give you the biggest discount. Links below, plug in the discount code and follow my instructions. The install is just super simple. You pop out the front, take out a few 10mm screws, plug it in, play. All right, you're good to go. Download the app and you're set. Okay, so we're going to go through the install and then show you a little bit of what it can do. Honestly, you can just program this thing like all day long, have it run all kinds of shows. You can actually sync up a number of different cars to run the same light bar show. You can have it do different things. For default mode right now we have it in white. You know, if you leave it in white mode and that, it just comes on and off as white until you get into your app and you start playing around with the different shows. I think it can do different things if you back up, different things if you're doing turn signals. I mean, honestly, the app you can spend all day on it, like I said. So a lot of fun. Make your car unique, make it fun. Now all they need to do is make some DRLs for the actual headlights. Supposedly this is really complicated to do. I don't know, but I really want them to do it. Everybody wants them though, right?
All right, guys, here's what you get with the CyberGlow. You get a CyberGlow sticker. Okay, cool. Ghost. All right, and check this out. This thing, first off, it just seems a lot more durable. Oh, 3M VHB. Very cool, very nice. This thing just seems more beefy for sure. All right, we've got, oh, all right, so this had an extra port on there. Close that, seal that off, nice. Nice wire loom protection here. I like that. Just right off the bat, way better than other stuff that I see from other manufacturers, we'll call them. This, too, this is a plus. I could tell we got a lot more wiring here. This is definitely heavier gauge. And, oh, yeah, let's get to this. This will fit, we'll show you where this goes, but there is a bolt that connects to your battery for power. And they not only provide a wire loop here that actually fits over it, but they give you a nut and a washer. So that's fantastic. And I'll show you why during the install. I already got an extra nut on this car here, but I'll show you why it really comes in handy. Yeah, let's get this installed. The install is not bad. You'll see here in a minute. These guys on? And over here. There. Alright, obviously we've got a LED thing going on in here, but either way, this just unplugs here. And then this just... Here's some side clips here, just go straight up, and then couple clips like here, and then I always forget this. It's because of this LED strip. So we take this filter out, and again, two 10mm here. Here, straight up and out. It's a little heavy, a little bulky. As I've said before, I don't know how many times, the Hansshow setup is on here right now. I did plug back the factory wiring in. I took the Hansshow stuff off mostly, but you're going to see few power lines here for that and some other things. Pay no attention to that. All right, the OEM one is going to be exactly the same in terms of taking it out. So, first we have to take this connector, and there's a little gray thing that has to come out, like a black tab on the back underneath side, and then you push that down, and then you get the whole thing to come out. Then we've got 4 10mm. There's a couple clips in there too, I remember right. Gotta kind of muscle them up a little. But see these guys here? They're kind of tough. And these need to come out. Pull this up a little bit. There we go. Get that one out and turn it and get both of these out. Alright, so yeah, we need to reuse these. Alright, new light bar. Notice these wires are longer, and this is a bonus. Okay, we'll put these guys back in. To locate it, you could either locate it by using the back and to make sure that these clips are going into the proper holes. But, you know, you can locate it with these holes here. Alright, once we get it lined up, make sure this is not in the way. 4 screws back. There's a little bit of play here, so make sure you got everything lined up. Go underneath. Plug this in. Go underneath, come down here, and tape it right here. Now, because we are going back and forth a couple times between this light bar and the Hansshow bar, I'm not going to permanently mount this one just yet, but that is how you do it though. Okay, now we are going to take this wiring, the power wire, and run it through here nicely and get it to the power source. The wiring loom they give us, we're just basically tapping in between the OEM wiring and plug and the light bar. So we take the female here, plug this guy into it, push all those little tabs down. This guy plugs right in here. It's a nice OEM style plug again. All right, let's pretend I don't already have this wired up with all kinds of other things and don't have a bolt on here, or don't have a nut on here, but as you can see, this fits over here nicely. And be very careful when using a wrench here. Luckily this is plastic, but you're putting a wrench on a 15-16 volt power source. If you were to touch ground or something with that, you know, you're going to have a problem. So just be careful, and you don't need to tighten it, just snug it up, and you're all good. All right, I've got these big ugly green zip ties, but they will provide zip ties in the package. Zip tied it here, 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 went up here, and just zip tied it there. The most important thing here is that you don't put it like on top of this aluminum here, because this is where your frunk mounts to, and anything on here is going to get pinched and crimped, and that's the last thing you want to do with wires. But yeah, there's plenty of slack here to go from the light to the power source, which is nice. If you're just driving around in your car and you get out, everything turns on and off like the normal OEM headlights. It's when you're starting to play around with the show and everything, it stays on because you're playing around with the show. So it's like, all right, let's, you know, you want to play around. We're going to keep it powered up. And that, I think, is different than the Hansshow. The Hansshow will just shut off unless you go into the car and keep the lights on and all that, they turn parking lights on or something like that. Then you can play around with it some more. So this is you know, that's a benefit here, because if you're playing around with it, you got a show going on, then you're in the app, so then you just turn it off. You turn it off at that point. All right, that's cool. That looks cool. I mean, that is cool, because nobody has this. Alright, so daylight, this thing still is very bright. I mean, look at that. No problem. Here it is on startup. You could set the startup, if I remember correctly, in the app. But yeah, it's set up to pretty much be white, match up with what we got, you know, with these lights. Oh, these headlights, if I didn't say this before, these are actually tinted. The surface on these are tinted, and this has not been tinted yet. So we'll see later after this gets tinted how well it matches up. But matches pretty good right now. All right, show it off here. So these are all the different shows that you created, and haven't spent too much time with it, just kind of playing around. So that's siren, bell lights. Okay, next one. Starfall. Oh, that's Starfall, okay. And yeah, so then you could have put all whatever colors you wanted in there. Mm-hmm. Cop mode.
And then you can go in, add a color, switch it different. Slow, dim, scale, bigger, smaller.
You create all of these different shows, and then you can have it like rotate through them.
Numbered, yeah. That's what it's doing right now.
Oh, okay. And you could set up different, I'm assuming like each one can run for a certain amount of time and jump to the next one?
13 seconds, 12 seconds, 15 seconds, hit play. 1 second, 3 seconds.
And from what I understand, if you got a number of people with these light bars, you can sync them up to all run like the same show, the same set, all at the same time. Pretty cool.